prop firms, which is going through the funding route, or you should trade your own money. So let's get straight into it.
I ain't coming back around and said I'ma be rich. Trippin' at you, that's my ride or die. My brother, sister, gist. But my mama right in her eyes and I told her I'll be rich. Okay, case dismissed. You did me like this. I know I'ma make it since a kid. I dreamt the bitch. Broke my pockets for my brother, nigga. I'm legit. Can't wait to tell my mama it's her birthday. Make a wish. You my heart up in the trash can.
Once again, the only reason why I feel qualified to even speak on this is because, once again, everyone should know if you do have my social media or you have anything that's attached to me, anyone that knows me in real life, I document my journey for motivational purposes, inspirational purposes, or for people that wants to get into it and basically show the ups and downs in the industry to help people manage their risk on understanding the industry before they get into it. So just had to put that in there because, you know, some people just be talking about topics and they're not really inside of the game or they're not in the field for real. So I just had to put that out there real quick because I have my fair share on both sides. Like, of course, I started with personals at one point, but then when I heard about the prop firms and things of that nature, I did also dabble into that too. As y'all seen at the thumbnail, clearly you can see all of my certificates or all of the things that I passed. And clearly if all my names are on it, then that means qualified. You know what I mean? Those are the credentials. That's the equivalent to me if I was to be in college and I got my degree or I got my, my diploma and things of that nature. So those are my Those are technically my credentials showing that I'm qualified to be in those type of things, even the payouts and stuff like that, stuff you do and everything. So 9 times out of 10, not everyone that's going to be running across this video is going to know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to briefly touch over what is a prop firm or what does it mean for a trader to be funded. I'm just going to bring it to those that do not know, that's not actively in the industry or would like to know what it is, even though they're not in the industry, so they can get an idea of what I'm talking about or what that is. So in credit, they don't just give anyone just a loan. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think loans based off of? Clearly in credit is you have to showcase a series of payments or a series of you not mismanaging their money. There are a series of things for you to do, prove that you are worthy of the loan. The only way you would even be able to get into prop firm trading is if you know how to trade. You can't really go around that. That's not something that anyone just can do. The rules of a prop firm is, in order to be qualified for the money, the capital, you have to show that you know what you're doing. That's the only way it works. Not just anyone could just up and come and just be like, I just want to have capital, what can I do? Or you pay for it. So you pay for it, yeah, but you have to showcase that you have the skill to manage the capital that they'll be able to give you. So before that even happens, before they even give it to you, you go through a series of tests, which they call phases. They give you a demo account, which is it's not real money, but it's as if it's real money. And then on top of that, they basically test you. They give it to you, and then you go through a series of tests. Like I said, there's 2 tests where they ask you to make a certain percent. The first time, a lot of times for most prop firm challenges, they ask you to make 8% on top of whatever. So if it could be 8% of $10,000, it could be 8% of $25,000, it could be 8% of $50,000, it could be 8% of $100,000. And they have 200, they have 300, they have 400. It depends on the prop firm. I've seen 500 and I've even seen a mil. So with that being said, your job is to make 8% on top of that. Then the next one, they ask you to make another probably 5% or maybe an 8% again, just depending on the prop firm. And then from there, when you can prove that you know how to do that and manage that capital, they give it to you, that capital. They don't give you the money, they give you that capital. So now they actually give you real capital, and then anything you make on top of that real capital, it becomes yours. That's how it works. So basically it's like, and then they have a profit split, which is, it depends on the prop firm, of course, like I keep saying. They have a percentage of it, of course, because you know that you're using their money, of course, but for the most part, most of the money is yours. So there's pros and cons for everything. You can't have 100% of everything, that's just how it works. Just think of it as taxes at this point. And the only way you can even do that, like I said, is it's skill-based. No, you can't skip hurdles. You can't really cheat your way. Even the people that tries to cheat their way, 9 times out of 10, if you don't know how to trade, you will keep getting them, but you won't be able to manage them and you will lose them and have to start that process over and over again. So like I said, it's really for the people that knows what they're doing. For those that do not know what they're doing, you're actually just putting money in their pocket. Because it's actually more people that's actually failing than there's people that's passing, if that makes sense. So just know, like in the trading game, it's already a large percentage of people that's actually failing anyways. So that's just to get that part out of the way, just to say that. So basically people take advantage of capital that's not theirs and make money on top of it, and they make money off of the profits because of their skill. This skill that we have to trade, you may not have the money, but because of that skill that you have, that skill is almost priceless because it doesn't even have to go into prop firm. It could be the same thing with other people. Like you can get to know someone and they're willing to trust enough to take that leap of faith with you because based off your skill, if you know how to turn over money and flip it or grow a certain amount of money and grow with a substantial amount of percentages, then it grants you those opportunities to be able to make countless amount of money. Personal side, when you hear a trader say, oh, they don't trade funding, you hear someone say personal account, that means that that's their money. That's not no borrowed money, that's not funded money, that's not loan money, or, well, I can say loan money, but I don't know however they get the money, basically it's their money that they put into there and they put into works, type of thing. So it's really a choice within how you want to do it. So it goes to show that this game has different routes on how to make the money. It's a matter of preference on how you choose to do that, if that makes sense. Let's get straight into the point of this video is so we can get to the point and things of that nature. Like I said before, I got my fair share of prop firms. I got my feet wet in it and I got to understand how it works. And that's how you see in the thumbnail that those are all of my, with my names on it, either Caleb or Dripinati. For those that did not know, my name was actually Caleb. Just to showcase that I have a skill. You can't really fake those type of things. In order to even into the prop firm game, you have to know what you're doing. So clearly, if my name's on it, then I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And there's numerous of them at that. So it goes to show that I am qualified to speak on this topic. I'm not claiming to be the best. I'm not telling you, I am showing you that I am qualified. You know what I mean? There's a difference between somebody just talking and someone that can show you what they're talking about. I would not be able to get these certificates if I didn't know what I was doing. Clearly, I had acquired the skills to be able to acquire these accounts and things of that nature. Like I said before, I have my fair share of prop firm accounts. And one thing I can tell you is that you have to learn to read the rules. Because if you do not, you will pay for not knowing. What does that mean? So what I mean by you will pay for that, I mean, do not listen to people that tell you that ignorance is bliss. Because ignorance is not bliss. What they tell you is what you don't know doesn't hurt you and things of that nature. That's cap. It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, this country and a lot of people, when it comes to business, they profit off of your ignorance. So I'm gonna give an example. So with the prop firm industry, they have a lot of rules and they have a lot of things that they ask you to not cross. And if you cross them, they will take the account from you. It doesn't matter how hard you work, it doesn't matter how much money you put on top of it or how much money you made on top of it, they will take that account from you. So there will be times where I will be in the prop firm industry where I did not read the rules and understand that I would violate. And when I violate, thinking that it's nothing, they'll take the whole account from me. I've had that happen to me numerous amounts of times, like about 5 times that happened to me. Where I would get where they would be like, the account is breached, and they would send me a message to my email and be like, yo, the account is breached because it's so and so, and I'm like, yo, I did not even know about that. But because I did not read the fine print, I got penalized. But when people tell you that ignorance is bliss, that's cap. Don't listen to that. Just because you don't know doesn't mean that you won't get punished or penalized. That's how it works. So I would advise for people that's into the prop firm that if you're going to get into the industry, you need to learn to read the fine print and understand the risk at hand. So you can learn to manage it, and if it's something that you want to get into, by the rules and go, okay, I can get with that. If not, then don't do it. And by then you will be able to assess yourself and be like, okay, this is what I want to do. So that's one thing. Another thing that I could advise is that you have to be careful because right now a lot of them are just up and leaving, and people don't form themselves to understand why they're leaving. Our firms are not messing with the U.S. clients anymore. So a lot of the reasons is because the rules and regulations that these prop firms have to abide by, assuming that the U.S. is not aligned with each other. So for that reason, they have to migrate away. And the dangers of that is if you have a prop firm in there, the people that migrated, 9 times out of 10, that account is taken away from you because of that. And that happened to me with my Forex fund where they migrated and I was waiting on a couple payouts. Well, 2 payouts because I had 2 of them. And I did not get my money. You know what I'm saying? So I had to suffer the consequences of that, and all of my hard work just went out the window just like that, a matter of seconds. So with that being said, I would advise you, if you're going to get in a prop firm, to diversify your portfolio as much as possible because you never know if these things can happen, and you want to be ahead of the game just in case something like that happens. Because everyone always has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Don't only plan when everything goes well. You got to plan, dang, if this goes like this, I have to be able to prepare myself, if that makes sense. So I did not prepare myself to go like dang because I was solely only on that prop firm and everything just went to shit for me. Just a heads up on that type of thing. And that's what's going on a lot right now. So you have to act accordingly and move at a certain pace to the point where eat those things before they happen type of thing. So get to it, work at it, and do what you're supposed to do. And I would advise people when you have payouts to go ahead and dump it into your personal account so you can do as you please with your own money, or invest into other assets to try to figure things out, because that's something I'm trying to work on even for myself, so I can be able to have other things going on and not put too much eggs in one basket, so I can, you know, get to where I need to get to type of thing. So prop firm is really good, but if you don't educate yourself really, you will get burned, because it comes with a lot of info that you need to take in before you press play, or before you get into that mode. If you do not know, you will get penalized. That's just what it is. It's just about weighing out your options if you want to use your own money, because when you have used your own money in a personal account, you can do a lot more. Who knows about getting in where you fit in type of thing. Just make sure that you weigh out your options, make sure that you manage your risk, make sure you understand which water you're getting into before you get into it, because at the end of the day, it's about what makes sense to you and what works for you, because at the end of the day, there's many routes to get to the destination. It's just a matter of what vehicle you want to use or what path you want to take. So there's no wrong way of doing things and there's no right way of doing things. It's just preference to whatever fits your agenda. I'm not really to stress over it, just about being more strategic about the situation and what's going on and everything. Because if you're in it, you get what I'm saying. Because there's a lot really going on, even with the brokers and things that's kind of like, you know, funny business and stuff like that. And the industry already hard as it is, so to even hear about these things or to see these things come into action for real, it get kind of scary, you know what I mean? But honestly, if you're in this game, you always gotta realize, like, there is something that just presents itself. You just gotta figure out how to get around it for real. Nothing that's outside of the norm of what this industry already gives type of thing. It's really not for the weak, you know what I mean? So it's no joke when someone tell you that it's not for the weak. Not just anybody can really just be the thing. Just, you know, stick to it for real. Because a lot of people, there's a reason why people just don't mess with this stuff, because it does come with a lot. But this is the price of acquiring freedom to the best of your ability. So, you know, it's gonna come with a lot of downsides and things of that nature. So that's just what it is. So yeah, it's about just reading, like I said, you know, just assessing what makes sense to you and making it work for you, because at the end of the day, it's your life. My boy, just keep rocking out with me. I appreciate you guys, and I will be dropping more content. I will be dropping more things as I go. I'm learning as I go at the same time, so anything that you guys tell me, it would definitely help at the same time. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Safety, love to everybody.